All right. So we're going to get ourselves started. So like I said, this stretch class will use a wall. If you have some wall space, find some wall space. If not, you can use a chair, a couch. Worst comes to worst, if you have absolutely nothing, just modify where you can. All right, but if you can find some wall space, find some wall space. We are going to start standing today. All right, so I'm going to stand up. Hopefully you can see me, all of me at least. All right, so we're going to start with a little bit of some upper body and shoulder releasing, okay? So I'm going to take my foot nice and close to the wall. I'm going to take that hand, I'm going to glide it against the wall all the way as far as I can and all the way to the back. Now once I get there, I'm going to hold it and take a few deep breaths. Now if this is too much for you, feel free to step away from the wall a little bit, but if you can, try and stay as close as you possibly can. Good. Take some deep breaths, and then you're going to slowly release that arm back up and around. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you get to see me from the back side this time. So my foot's nice and close to the wall if I can get there. I'm going to take the hand closest to the wall. I'm going to glide it against that wall and come as close to the wall as I possibly can. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually quite tight through the chest and the shoulders today, so I'm really feeling this. So just take a few deep breaths here. Slowly release that hand back over to the front side. You're going to come against the wall, okay? Place those hands against, walk your feet back. You're going to press your chest towards the floor. So just allow yourself to sink nice and low. You might feel it through the chest, maybe the shoulders, the upper back, the low back, or the back of the legs. Depends on where you're tight. But you're just going to press down and give that a hold. Take a few deep breaths there. Remember to breathe. Good. And then bring yourself back up nice and slow. We're going to come back to that first side again. So placing that foot against the wall, hand against the wall, ride it up the wall, all the way, and all the way back. And just hold it there. Again, if you need to take a little step away from the wall to get there, that's fine. And if you're not necessarily feeling it here, try and rotate that body and chest away from the wall to open up a little bit more. This may be quite uncomfortable for some who may have some tight shoulders or a tight chest. So just remember to breathe. Allow your body to go where it's going to go. So don't force it to do anything. Just allow it to go through that active range of motion. And then come back and release. Woo! Let's go to the second side again. Same thing, foot against the wall. All right, hips against the wall if you can get them there. Take that hand, glide it against the wall all the way. And if you can, if you want to take it further, you try and rotate that chest away from the wall. Remembering to breathe. And as you exhale, trying to release through the muscles. On the next exhale, release that arm up and through, stepping away from the wall, placing the hands on the wall, walk the feet back. All right, pressing the hips back and pressing the chest down towards the floor. Taking some deep breaths here. exhale, bring yourself back up, nice and slow. We're going to go through that one more time. All right, third time's a charm. Hopefully it might be getting a little bit better. So again, hip and leg against the wall if you can. Take that hand, glide it against, all the way around and back. Try and rotate that shoulder away from the wall if you can. Take some deep breaths. On the next exhale, slowly release that arm back up and over. Coming to the second side. This is the third time on the second side. Hopefully it's getting a little bit better. Take that hand, walk it around the wall. Rotate the chest away from the wall and hold that position. Slowly release that hand up and back. Coming, hands against the wall again. All right, walk those hips back. Walk the feet back. And then press that chest towards the floor. Take a deep breath here. Next exhale, bring yourself up. Walk your feet back in. All right. We're going to take our elbows to the wall, okay? My feet are still slightly out from the wall, okay? Now from here, I'm going to send the hips back. Send my chest down. And it's quite similar to the last stretch we did, but we're going to feel it maybe a little bit more into the upper back, maybe into your triceps. Just take a deep breath here. Break from those arms, let's come down to the legs. Alright, so staying against the wall again. Okay, we're going to stretch out the calves. So you're going to place your foot up against the wall. That's a little hard to see. And then from there, I want you to tilt your pelvis forward, pressing the hips towards the wall. And you're going to feel that pull up through the back of the calves. If you want a little extra, remember driving the hips towards the wall, rotate that pelvis forward. Take some breaths here. Good. On the next exhale, you can release, coming to the other side. So taking that foot up against the wall, pressing the heel into the ground. Forward, rotating the pelvis. Hold it there. On the next exhale, you can release that. We're going to come back back to that arm against the wall again. So placing the forearms up against the wall. Walk the feet back. Alright, sending the hips back, sending the chest down. Press the chest towards the floor. And hold. And as you exhale, try and release a little further down. Good. On the next exhale, bring yourself back up. Release nice and slow. Coming to the calves again. Alright, take a foot up against the wall. Press the hips forward, rotate the pelvis. Hold it here. Good. Release that foot coming to the other side. Take the foot up against the wall, heel on the floor. Press the hips forward, rotate the pelvis. The closer you can get to the wall with your hips, the more you're going to feel that pull. Exhale, release, bring yourself back. We're going to go through that one more time. So placing the hands on the wall, walking the feet back, pressing the hips back, pressing the chest down. Take some deep breaths here. Again, as you exhale, try and get a little bit deeper. So pushing the chest a little bit farther towards the floor. Next exhale, bring yourself back up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. No need to rush. And then coming back to the calves for our last time. So up against the wall. Press those hips forward. Tilt the pelvis forward. And hold. Switching to the other leg, same thing. Take that foot up on the wall. Press the hips forward. Rotate the pelvis. Take some deep breaths. We will get to come down to the floor, don't worry. On the next exhale, you can release. So we're going to bring ourselves to the floor next. Alright, so if you have a mat, you can grab a mat. You're going to place it right up against the wall. Alright, so our butt's going to be up against the wall. Our head is going to be away from the wall. And I'm going to tilt it so that you can see me. So I'm going to grab my mat. You want to get as close to the wall as you possibly can. Now for some people that will be really close, and for others that won't be, and that's okay. Try and get as close as you can, but listen to your body, okay? So if you've done this with me before, you know what you're doing. If you haven't, I will show you what we're gonna do. Alright. So the best way to get into it, if you can, is get your butt right up to the wall and take your feet up. Alright? Now my butt's right against the wall. Yours might not be, and that's okay. Go to where you're going to feel comfortable and what's going to be best for you. Alright? Now give yourself a moment when you get here, okay? We are going to do some leg stretches here as well as some back stretches and some glutes and some hips. But what we're going to do first is we're going to take our right foot and we're going to bring it towards us, okay? If you can grab the leg, give it a little pull, not a lot, okay? Depending on how flexible you are will depend on how far you can reach, all right? But take it to where you feel comfortable and just give it a hold there. All right, take some deep breaths. Good. We're going to release this side. We're going to go to the second side. So same thing on the second side. Bring that foot in. Now again, different sides have different flexibility, okay? So don't feel like it has to be the same. This is my bad leg, so it doesn't tend to come as close as the first leg. But that's okay. That's why we're working on both sides. Again, remembering to breathe. Sometimes it can be hard to breathe when we're focusing. But the more you breathe and the more you exhale, the more your body will relax. We tend to get really tight when we forget to breathe because our muscles are contracting, telling us we need oxygen. So breathe. Good. Let's release this leg. So you're going to take your feet apart, okay? Now, I don't know how much wall space you have, but if you can, you want to allow gravity to just open up your legs, okay? You can do this off the wall as well, but just allow your gravity to pull those legs open. No need to like yank them down. Just set them open. Give yourself a moment here. You're going to feel a nice pull through the inside of those legs. And just hold it here. This is one of my favorite stretches because I don't have to do anything. I just lie here. It's the best, really. Give yourself a couple more breaths here. And then when you feel like you've had enough, you can gently bend the knees, bringing the bottom of the feet together. Okay, now that might be up here for you. It might be lower. Okay, listen to your body. If you feel like you have to move yourself away from the wall, feel free to do so. But if you can come here, we're just bringing the bottoms of the feet together, allowing the knees to stay open. Again, we're not pressing down. Gravity is doing the work for us. Just take a deep breath here. On the next exhale, you're going to take your legs back up straight on the wall, and we're going to come through that again. So taking that first foot forward, holding it wherever feels comfortable for you. Now, if you've taken my class before, and we've done it on the wall, I've explained to the women in the class that this is actually a good position to come in during that time of the month. So during your period or PMS, this is a really good relaxation position to be in, and it's very well known. You can actually look it up, but it's one of the best positions, and you can even tuck a pillow under your bum just to give yourself a little extra cushion. But if you have really bad cramping, this is a really good position to come into, so keep that in mind for next time. And you can always eat chocolate when you're lying here as well. Let's go to the second side. hopefully the legs start to release. So I'm noticing that my second time through I am getting a little bit closer. Good. Now if you start to feel like the blood is coming away from your feet and they might feel a little funny, just wiggle them around a little bit. We are moving through different positions that allows us to move, but if you feel like you need to take a break from this position, feel free to do so. We're going to release that side though, and we are going to come into our wide-legged position, so allow those feet to just open up. Again, if you're feeling a little weird through the feet and the legs, just move the ankles, wiggle the toes, get some blood flowing, and just allow gravity to open your legs. On the next exhale, I want you to bring those feet in together, opening through the knees. Again, if you have to move away from the walls, feel free to do so. But we're just allowing gravity to open up. Take a breather. This is our second time through. We are going to go for 3. Hopefully by the third time we're feeling a little bit better, a little bit looser. For those of you with low back pain, this is really good for you because as soon as we release through the back of the legs, we're also releasing up through the back as well. Plus in this position, our back is very well supported, so if you ever need a good stretch, this is a good place to go. Let's take those feet up straight again. Alright, coming to that first leg again. Ooh, that's a little bit closer. Hopefully you're feeling the same way. Good. Let's come to the second side. See how well that's doing. Ooh, that's better. I always find it's insane how if we spend a little bit of time on our body, it treats us right. Exhale, bring the knees, bend them, bring the feet together. Allow the knees to open, feet are together. This is the last time in this position. we're gonna head to the hips and the glutes next. Which usually also means low back as well. So for the next position, some of you may need to move away from the wall. I actually move away from the wall as well. But again, listen to your body and do what it wants you to do. So I'm going to move myself away from the wall a little bit. Okay, so one of my feet is going to go up against the wall. The other one is going to come across into that figure 4 position to stretch the glutes. I'm just going to hold it here. Okay, now depending on how flexible you are through the hips and the glutes will depend on how close you can get to the wall. Alright, if you feel like you have to move back and you feel like your butt's raising off the floor, just push yourself away and hold the position there. Try and focus on keeping that knee nice and open so that you have that space through. Just allow your body to relax. I find this is the best way to come into a glute stretch. Especially in this position, because a lot of times when we do it on the floor, we're yanking and we're tensing up through our body, whereas here we're able to rest our head, rest that foot, and come into a position where we can relax. Good. On the next exhale, release that leg, come to the second one. Now again, one side will be better than the other. Again, focusing on keeping that knee nice and wide so we have space to come through. If you feel like your bum's really raising off the floor, just move yourself away from the wall or take that leg up into a more straight position. The wall is just a tool and we're just using it to hold our foot up because we're a little lazy right now. That's all you gotta think about. We're going to come into happy baby. So it can be done in multiple different ways. So you can grab at the calves, the ankles, the feet, or the big toes, and you're just going to take the knees apart so they're coming to the outside of my body. I'm allowing myself to open up through the groin. I'm just going to hold it here. Now some people like to add a little bit of a rock. If you'd like to add a rock, feel free to do so. And if this isn't a position that you feel comfortable in, feel free to come into that knee in position, so hugging the chest, or here. We are going to come back to the glutes again. This is just a little bit of an intermission to take a break. And then we're going to come right back into that. So taking that first foot to the wall, crossing the other one over, opening through that knee. If you'd like to place a hand there, don't force it, but just allow it to hold it so that it doesn't come in towards the chest. Come to the second side, same thing. If you feel like you can get a little further, feel free to walk yourself forward so that your bum gets closer to the wall, or walk your foot down so that it brings that knee closer. release that, and we're going to come into happy baby. So whether it's here, 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 or up into those toes, take the knees outside of your body, and you can just rock yourself side to side. Again, if you're not comfortable coming into this position, you can come into the knee hug and rock yourself side to side. This is our second time through this set of stretches, so we do have one more time to go through it, and hopefully you're loosening up a little bit more. Good. Slowly bring the feet back to the wall. We're coming to that first side again, so cross that first leg over, open up through the knee, hold it there. Take some deep breaths. On the next exhale, release that leg, come to the second leg. Hopefully it's getting a little bit looser. Exhale, release that leg. Come into happy baby. Remember, you can grab wherever you feel comfortable, or you can come into that knee hug and just gently rock yourself side to side if you'd like. Opening up through the groin and through the hips. Finish off with a little low back care. Alright, so you're going to take your feet to the floor. If you can't get them right to the floor, just move yourself back a little bit, wiggle back. Alright, so my feet are planted on the floor. I'm going to drop my hands to the side, dropping my knees to the right side, looking to the left. Little spinal twist here. Second side, dropping the knees to the left side, looking to the right side. Good. Coming back to that first side again, dropping the knees to the right side, looking to the left. Allow your knees to go where they're going to go. They might not go all the way to the floor, and that's fine. Let's come to the second side. Left side, looking to the right. We're going to move through that one more time. So coming to the first side. Knees are coming to the right. We're looking to the left. to the right side. And coming back to center, bring the knees into the chest, give it a big hug. Rock yourself side to side, releasing through the low back and the hips. And then whenever you're ready, you can roll yourself onto your side. Give yourself a moment. And then you can come all the way up to seated. Take your time. You were just lying on the floor for like half an hour, so take a deep breath.